Yo guys, Delirious Sanity here again, and today we're playing some Borderlands 2, and I've got quite a powerful SIREN build for you. I've been working with the SIREN since I got the Handsome Jack collection on the PS4. I'd played it before on the Xbox 360, but now that I've been kicking ass, I kind of wanted to show you how I've built my character and how I've made him just super OP. So if you want to stop the video right here and go ahead and take a screenshot, then go ahead and do that for your character. But other than that, let's get right into it. So I tried to keep the accelerate here as high as I could get it because I wanted my damage to be as high as I can get it, of course. And then I wanted my shield to be all the way at top all the time because I'm using the B shield, so having this to the top is also very useful. And focusing a little bit on your phase lock ability here with suspension is also very handy because, you know, that's pretty much her most powerful skill. So basically I just got that because it only took 1 point and it's useful. And this basically makes your shield recharge quicker so that you can always keep that boost damage going with the B shield, and increases cooldown rate of your phase lock ability. Both of these I kind of just put the last of my points into. I wasn't terribly concerned with, and this is nice because, you know, it's only 1 point and it's useful. And here I went all with critical damage because I'm not worried about my life, more worried about critical damage and trying to stack that. So yeah, and also helping out with the phase lock and fire rate and damage with all guns and stuff like that. So that's very useful. You can pull one guy up in the phase lock and then shoot everybody around him and whoop their freaking ass. And the only reason I got this is because it's really the only health perk I've got, and it's just for when I'm playing with friends. You can quickly get them up without having to stand there over their dead corpse. And here I honestly only put this because I had extra points and I figured might as well have more magazine to, you know, get those crits with the high critical damage. And, you know, I wanted this so that I could have my elemental effects about as high as I can get them. This really helps out because when you have a guy phase lock, basically everybody around him is getting damaged by explosive damage, which is nice. And this is also nice because it allows you to have corrosive and acid damage at the same time. And this here basically means that if you have one phase locked, all of your shots have a chance to ricochet and hit another enemy, and that's very useful when it comes to having like a crowd of enemies. And when you have, you know, I'm kind of based on SMGs, so I have really fast guns that are shooting, you know, high DPS, and just having that is very useful. And here obviously is very useful if anybody's health is above 50%. I'm going to do a lot more gun damage, and I'd recommend that for you too. And of course this is incendiary and corrosive damage pretty much every time you kill an enemy. And this allows you to basically, your phase lock, you know, does every type of ability like corrosive and all that stuff. So now on to my weapons. Pretty much for the most part, to be honest, I use SMGs because I have a build that is extremely powerful for SMGs. So I have one that focuses on corrosive damage just for robots and stuff, because near the end of the game there's a lot of robots and crap like that. So yeah. And the other one is focused on fire damage for fleshy targets, so like animals and, you know, humans and all kinds of stuff like that. That really works out. Of course, at the very bottom is just a rocket launcher. I'd recommend getting a good one of those, and the Swift Kitten is just for fun. But to be honest, if you want a really good rocket launcher, I'd recommend either the Derp Ahab, which is a bit like the baseball grenade, where it just hits its target and does a mass amount of damage, rather than doing the explosive damage. Or, of course, the North Fleet, which, you know, everybody uses. When it comes to making my SMG build, of course I've got the B, and I've got a legendary cat class mod, which basically makes my SMGs do way more damage, and this one here is Heart of the Ancients, and this one also does SMG damage, fight for your lifetime, and second wind health. Now this one's very useful because you can get multiple Heart of the Ancients ones, so if you want to make an assault rifle character, you know, there's one that does assault rifle damage up top, and the same on the bottom. But I personally was going for an SMG build, so yeah. And then of course I used pretty much the best grenade in the game, which is the shock fastball. And just showing you what I mean here. The Heart of the Ancients, you know, I can make a launcher build if I wanted to, a pistol build, whatever, to get more damage in those, or if I just wanted to make it very corrosive or whatever I want to do. But I would definitely recommend kind of focus more on one type of gun or one type of damage. So like either, you know, focus on your assault rifles or your SMGs, or focus on corrosive or slag damage or something. You want to really focus on one thing that you're powerful with. It's better to focus on one gun and then have a variety when it comes to the damage types, so that you can take on any kind of enemy and you're super powerful. Now let's give this a little test. To be honest, when it comes to fleshy targets, you know, I've got that for my robots, and this thing, I mean, it even like something like this, it still stacks that damage super high with the. If you're going for an SMG build, I would 100% recommend Sandhawks and the Provocative Bitch, because they're just very good SMGs. I mean, I have other type, here I'll show you a few more. The Flying Emperor is very good when it comes to an SMG build. The Hefty Baby Maker is very good when it comes to an SMG build, and same with the Hellfire. And of course I've got another Flying Hawk that does slag damage. I've got this thing, which is alright. But yeah, for the most part, these Sandhawks and the Provocative Bitch are just very useful when it comes to getting damage per second. If you can actually hit your target, unlike me, you'll really fuck up your target. And then here I've got a robot, and I just destroy him with the Provocative Bitch. And it just shows how if you basically have a certain weapon build, and then you have, you know, those weapons with each separate one of the skills, then you should be good to go. And that is my very powerful build with the B shield. It does mass amounts of DPS with these fast ass SMGs. Anyway guys, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe and check out the channel, and I'll catch you in the next Borderlands 2 video. Peace out guys.